On September 19, 1983, the Twin Island Federation of Saint Kitts and Nevis became an independent nation, as the smallest sovereign state in the Western Hemisphere, both in terms of land area and population. This milestone represented not only the realization of a long-sought independence, but also the culmination of centuries of colonial rule and a shared Caribbean independence movement. But what does the independence of two small islands in the Caribbean Sea tell us about people, politics, or perhaps even history itself? Let's dig a little deeper to find out. The history of Saint Kitts and Nevis is deeply rooted in colonialism. Saint Kitts was initially settled by the British in 1623, making it the first British colony in the Caribbean. Just 2 years later, the French also established a settlement on the island, leading to a brief period of shared control. However, British dominance was secured in 1713 with the Treaty of Utrecht. Nevis, colonized by the British in 1628, developed in parallel with Saint Kitts. For over 2 centuries, the island's economies were primarily based on sugar plantations, which were worked by enslaved Africans. The inhumane practice of slavery was finally abolished in 1834. But the plantation system persisted with oppressive labor conditions for freed workers. In the 20th century, Britain sought to consolidate its Caribbean colonies into larger political units. Saint Kitts and Nevis, along with other neighboring islands, first joined the West Indies Federation in 1958. This federation, however, collapsed in 1962, undeterred. The islands continued their push for independence. They achieved the status of an associated state of Britain in 1967, gaining internal self-government, while Britain retained control over defense and foreign affairs. Despite the progress towards self-rule, tensions between the two islands, particularly Nevis's desire for greater autonomy, remained a persistent political challenge. It was against this backdrop that the path to independence began to take shape. The late 1970s witnessed growing independence movements across the globe, and the success of other Caribbean nations in achieving sovereignty inspired Saint Kitts and Nevis. Negotiations with Britain commenced in earnest, with both sides working to reach an agreement that addressed the unique circumstances of the islands. One crucial aspect of these negotiations was finding a way to respect the autonomy of each island while maintaining the integrity of the Federation. The result was a compromise that granted Nevis significant self-governing powers and the right to hold a referendum on independence from the Federation at a later point. This paved the way for the final step towards independence. On September 19, 1983, Saint Kitts and Nevis officially gained independence. The independence ceremony was held in Basseterre, the capital of Saint Kitts. The new national flag, a symbol of unity, peace, and independence, was raised for the first time. The green on the flag represented nature and Islam, while the red symbolized courage, the sun, and unity. The black stripe represented the people and their hard work, and the 2 white stars symbolized the 2 islands and their hope for a brighter future. Prominent figures from across the region and world gathered to commemorate this historic day, including representatives from neighboring Caribbean nations and the United Kingdom. Sir Kennedy Simmons, the leader of the People's Action Movement, or PAM, who had been a key figure in the independence movement, became the country's first prime minister. The road to independence was not easy. It was marked by challenges and complexities, particularly in balancing the interests of 2 separate islands. But the successful outcome was a testament to the hard work, determination, and compromise of those who fought for their country's freedom. The independence of Saint Kitts and Nevis marked a significant moment in Caribbean history. It demonstrated that even the smallest of territories could achieve sovereignty and self-determination. The newly independent nation joined the Commonwealth of Nations and soon after became a member of the United Nations. Today, Saint Kitts and Nevis continues to be a sovereign nation. While it has faced various challenges associated with being a small state in an increasingly globalized world, the legacy of its independence remains strong. Occasional calls from Nevis for secession, such as the 1998 referendum, which narrowly missed the required two-thirds majority, serve as a reminder of the ongoing need to balance unity and autonomy. Nevertheless, the Federation has made considerable progress. It has successfully diversified its economy, promoting sectors like tourism and offshore banking, while also implementing a controversial citizenship by investment program. This program allows individuals who make significant investments in the country to acquire citizenship, providing a pathway to diversification and economic growth. In conclusion, the independence of Saint Kitts and Nevis is a story of perseverance, negotiation, and the continuous pursuit of autonomy. From its colonial past to its present-day challenges, the history of this small island nation offers valuable lessons about the complexities of post-colonial existence. As Saint Kitts and Nevis continues to navigate the challenges of the modern world, its journey serves as a reminder of the importance of local agency on the global stage. And that's all for today. See you next time